Merry Bowl season, everyone. I'm Brett Gibbons with thelines.com, and today we're breaking down the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl between Wake Forest and Missouri. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the Lines YouTube channel as we're here breaking down all 41 bowl games and the national championship this postseason. But the Gasparilla Bowl, Wake Forest is favored by a point. This is actually down from 3.5, maybe 2 with some of the later books. But the point is the market has moved away from Wake Forest. We might even see a pick'em flash here. They're favored by 1 over Missouri. Game kicks on Friday, December 23rd at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. If you look at the over-under, we got 59 points, 59.5, maybe a 58.5, kind of depending on where you look. It's kind of centered around that 59 point there. And it kicks off in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. So we talked about if the line is moving from 3.5 or 2 to 1, teams that see 2 or more points of movement in their favor cover about 60% of the time. So this is actually kind of an indicator toward the underdog Missouri here. Wake Forest, the wheels just fell off the wagon at the end of the year. They lost 4 or 5 down the stretch. Their only win was against Syracuse, who was experiencing their own wheels falling off their own wagon. That was at home for Wake. Defense is better, but they're still really bad, especially down the stretch. You know, they're giving up 30 points a game, some capable of 40, capable of 52. We saw it at Clemson earlier in the year, so this defense is still very suspect. Missouri, on the other hand, they finished strong, right? They fought hard to beat rival Arkansas to get the rivalry win and the bowl eligibility. So Missouri earned their spot here, and I think they're excited to be here because they're bowl eligible. They very easily could have missed out on that. But however, they are missing a lot of players. Top wide receiver Dominic Lovett, he's in the transfer portal. 3 of their starters opted out on defense to go to the NFL draft. Specifically, their top 2 pass rushers. That's really worrisome to me. However, is this maybe where we see the emergence of 5-star Luther Burden at wide receiver? This is kind of a guy that people are talking about. Well, maybe he'll take NIL and go somewhere else or transfer. We have not seen that yet. As far as I know, he's playing in this game. And out of necessity, he might emerge as a go-to guy for Brady Cook, who is a much improved quarterback over the year. If you watched him at the end of last year and into the bowl game, he was dreadful. In the spring, they were awful. But he has really come a long way into being a much better quarterback. And the Wake Forest defense is 105th on the season in passing success rate allowed. Like I said, bad defense. So we might be able to see Brady Cook link up with youngster Luther Burden, who, again, top receiver in the 2022 class. So we might see him really involved in this game here. I like the defensive matchup for Missouri a whole lot better with the top 2 pass rushers and a starting defensive back in this lineup, of course. That's not really anything groundbreaking, but it does give me some worry here for Missouri. Wake Forest has their own set of opt-outs, a top defensive back. Their second string running back is out. Third stringer, I think, hit the portal, but I believe he will play in this game. But they're kind of thinned out as well here. Sam Hartman should play, right? We're recording here late Wednesday. The game's on Friday. He should play, but there's a lot of noise around him, maybe going elsewhere. He is eligible for the NFL draft. I don't believe he is going to the NFL draft. Sounds more like the transfer portal is an option for him, or he'll stay in Wake. Please keep an eye on Hartman. This could be something that pops up the day before, a few hours before. We've seen it in bowl games this season where these big guys are kind of opting out at the end. There is a lot of noise around him in the transfer portal, so just keep an eye on that. But as of recording, Sam Hartman is playing. The bottom line, I don't trust either team here. Wake Forest is inconsistent on offense. They're just bad on defense. We saw against Louisville where they turned the ball over, 6 times in one quarter, right? So that offense can really be inconsistent, and their defense is, you just can't trust them no matter what against anybody. Missouri can actually be beat defensively, even though they had a really, really strong defensive line. Without those top 2 guys, they become a little bit more vulnerable there. And also the other thing I don't like is a high run rate coupled with a low success rushing rate. So they rush 55.3% of the time. That's 42nd in the nation. But they have a really low success rate, under 36%, 101st in the nation. So they are we're going to establish it, right? To no avail. So I do worry about that a little bit in trying to keep up with an offense that has the ceiling of Wake Forest with Sam Hartman. So that's why I don't really trust Missouri either. If you manage to grab the opening under at 63 points, congratulations. It's now come all the way down to that 59. We were saying 58.5 in some spots. So there was a lot of value to be had, a lot of closing line value on that point total when it first opened. Right now, not so much, especially if you're looking to bet the under. That's probably out the window here. I actually did pick the Tigers as a contrarian pick in my bowl confidence pool and put them with a pretty strong confidence rating because there was such a high contrast between their expected win rate and their pick percentage nationally. They were below 25% pick nationally. So I was on the Missouri train in terms of putting them in my confidence pools. Now, would I actually lay real US dollars on a wager for them to win? Absolutely not. But I also don't like where Wake Forest's momentum is going, especially at the end of the season. That end of season momentum is a big deal. You look in, are these teams playing for something? Pride, a trophy, right? There's not really much more than that. I think Wake Forest is kind of, I think David Clawson said he was really excited to play an SEC team, so they're looking for the pride of the ACC over the SEC. Missouri's just kind of, well, we're here. We're really excited to be here. And I think Eli Drinkowitz does a pretty good job getting his guys up to play. But the problem is there's not really a definitive thing here to say, well, you know what, I'm going to give the momentum lean to Wake, or I'm going to give the momentum lean to Missouri. And I just don't like where the Demon Deacons are at the end of the year here. So the opt-outs for Missouri, that makes me a little bit nervous. So I hate to be here sitting on the fence, but that is the breakdown of the game, that I am not putting money on either team because of the, honestly, just flip a coin in this one. And it could go so many ways. I think it's going to be very entertaining no matter what we see. But if you're on our Discord, you may have noticed that 63 number when it opened, because I would have put it in the Discord and you could have jumped on under 63 way earlier on. You can connect there on our Discord with over 4,000 sports betting fans. Get live updates in our college football server. I'm talking opt-outs, coaching changes, injuries, recruiting now is a big thing. So we're putting all that kind of stuff in our college football server. And if you click on the hashtag Rolls server, drop an emoji under my name, you'll start to get notifications right to your phone every time I place a bet. Because when I place a bet, I'm putting it in our Discord server for everyone to share and discuss, disagree with, agree with, tail, whatever you want to do. It will be there. So please sign up for our Discord server. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Lines YouTube channel for daily bowl videos and comment what side you lean in this game. It's close to a pick 'em. There's a lot of ways this could go. Are you rolling with the Tigers of the SEC, or are you going with the Demon Deacons of the ACC with Sam Hartman and David Clawson? But thanks so much for watching. I'm Brett Gibbons, and have a very merry bowl season.